This video will show you how to include a video of your choosing on your website. We encourage all employees who are building websites for your area to either do a screencast, just like you're witnessing through this training. This is just me recording my voice, and you're seeing everything that's on my particular computer. So you can either do like a PowerPoint to introduce your area, or you can actually find a YouTube video that's already done and included on your page. Now remember, there are copyright rules, so just make sure when you're out there and you're looking at videos, and I'll go to one of them, that you have the permission to use the video. And you'll see that it'll tell you publication date and what kind of license is available. Standard YouTube license, you can just look that up. Sometimes you'll see common use, which is what I love. Common use will allow you generally to use the video, and if not, what I always do, when in doubt, ask permission. Okay, but again, you can contact Academic Affairs and we can help you. I wanted to show you just the fact that what they look like when you bring them in, and you're thinking, what is this black box? Well, that's actually a live video that I've already inserted. So let's take a look at what it looks like on the actual website. So here we are, and there's the video. So believe it or not, that black box is that video. It is active, and so it can be a little bit deceiving, but that's how they come in. And it's probably coming in black because we have not, this page is not active. Okay? So, but you can see how it comes in. And notice that the size, you can actually, just like pictures, you can shrink the size of the video or enlarge it. But I always try to make them similar to what people are used to seeing, particularly on the website. Never make the videos too large, right, and too overpowering on your page. The size that I had originally was pretty much appropriate. So I'm just clicking on the video, and it's allowing me, just like a picture, to copy and drag it as you see. Okay, so let's go over the steps of how I did that. I'm going to get rid of this one and do it again. So I'm going to delete that video. What you want to do is insert or click on where you want the video to fall. You want to go right over to the hyperlink manager. You might remember this. This is the same place where we added other links, because essentially that's all it is. We're just adding a link. So I'm going to go to YouTube, find my video again. Here it is. I'm going to click on Share. That's the first thing I'm clicking on. And then I'm going to click on Embed, and it's going to create a hyperlink, but I want you to scroll down, click Show More, and the video will pop up again. This is important because now what it's showing, you want to make sure, oftentimes it comes in, it says show suggested videos when the video finishes. You want to make sure, those are those extra videos, you know, like the commercials. You don't want that to show on our website, so make sure you unclick it. Once you've unclicked it, this longer embedded code has now changed. So I'm going to hit Control A and copy that embedded code, Control C to copy it. Let me do that again. Control A. Sometimes it already is highlighted for you, but you want to Control C and copy it. Go back to your website. Go to the hyperlink manager and follow the same directions that we followed when inserting pictures. You want to get rid of the HTTPL, copy in the URL. This time you can leave the target alone because you want them to watch the video on the page. There's no need to go to a new page or a new target. So hit OK, and your video will pop in. Sometimes, as you see, it popped in a little funny. It always comes in with this little coding right here, that little greater than, equal sign. So get rid of it. Just hit backspace, hit enter. I'm hitting the enter key, and it's bringing down my video if that happens to you. And it comes in rather neat. And go ahead and always scroll down and save it on your page. And then you can actually test it to make sure it's out. If you go out on your page, hit F5 to refresh your website page. F5 will refresh your page, and there you go. You can see that it's too close to the picture, so we would fix that on the back end. Let's take a look at it again. it moved. We can bring it down some. You can also bring those. Remember I was telling you in the earlier video that this is a good place to put lines in between if you're running into any type of formatting issues on a page. Just plop a line in between those two divisions. Hit save again. And if you notice, what I'm doing is as I'm making changes on the actual administrative side, it's a really good approach to go out to your website, hit F5 again on your keyboard, and there you go. You see how I love this example of how you can put a border in there, and it really will help you with formatting issues. And that's how you can see what you're building, and you can fix things like this. You wouldn't want this broken up like that, the name. Okay? Now, you might be asking, well, how are you seeing that? How are you seeing that? So I'm going to show you very quickly well, no, let me just do this. Let me repeat the steps, and then I'll show you how I made that page active. So I'm going to get rid of my video again, and this time just play along with me. Let's go through the steps of bringing in a website. So first, go to the website, YouTube, find the video of your choosing. This time I'm going to do a new one so it's fresh. Let's do registration, loss and state, see what pops up. So we'll do a fresh one. Here's online registration. So let's say that I wanted to record this video. I want to let me pause this. Okay, let's say I want to bring this video onto my page. So I identify. Remember, what's our first step? What's our first step? Look at this. Yes, click share. Now, do we use this code? No, we do not. We stay away from anything short. Never use the short URL address. Get the embedded code. It's a longer extended code. So click embed. But remember that a first code is not correct because you need to double check to make sure what? Think. You have to make sure it doesn't have any videos attached to the back of it. So click the show more button. And I always remember this step because the video pops up again. And this one is already unchecked. Uh-oh. Ignore that.
The login is right next to the welcome.
Okay, let me try this again. Sorry about that.
The login is right next to the welcome.
And let me pause it. Okay. So again, we were doing so great. We hit share. We hit embed. We hit show more, and we were just scrolling down to make sure it was unchecked as it is. So once you see this unchecked, it's okay to grab this embedded code, hit Control C, go back to your page, then what? Correct. You come over here, you go to your hyperlink manager, make sure it's empty, paste in your URL. You do not have to change the target, and you hit OK. And your video will pop in. If this happens, ignore, just get rid of that and bring your video in. And let's just test it. You hit save. Always test your videos. You definitely don't ever want to make a mistake and bring in the wrong video in. Can you imagine what that could do to our website? So you go on to your sample page, and what did I say before? Hit F5 to refresh your website. Remember, whenever you make a change, the website is only going to show you a picture of when you last went out there. So always hit F5, which refreshes and updates any changes. Okay? And you see we now have online registration, and that is the new video. It worked out perfectly fine. So have fun. Oh, one thing I was going to show you how to update the page. I didn't forget. Okay, so to update, I'm going to go ahead and save and close. How did I make your actual sample page that we're working on active? So let me show you that very quickly. To do that, you want to go back to the page manager and go back to the actual page that you created. So it's going to take a few seconds for the page to load. So you remember I was on Cherie's sample page under Corporate College. Now, all you have to do, whenever you're working on a page, it always defaults to inactive page and hidden because you really don't want people to see you working out on your pages. And I don't recommend this until the very end. So even though I did the video and I showed you an active page, I never do that in real practice. I really just did that for our training today. But once you build your page and you think it looks perfect, you're ready to go, you can make your page active by clicking on inactive button and switching it to active and hidden to visible, which means it'll show on the page and in the table of contents, and everyone can see it. So once you've done that, you just clicking it, it goes back and forth. See that? It's very easy, but one thing you have to remember that even though you've switched it, it doesn't take until you scroll down and you click Save Site Map. Now, saving the sitemap is saving the entire website, so it's not this easy thing. It's not like you're saving a Word document. So sometimes it can take a minute or so. So we did click Save the sitemap, and it's saving it. And what will happen is that normally a pop-up screen will come up. Sometimes the pop-up screen will say there's an error on the page, but generally there isn't an error on the page. It's just that you need to understand that you're not just saving that one document. It's as if the entire website, and the website is really big, the entire and there it is, recover web page. Yeah, I'll go ahead and recover it. And again, you'll get these sort of error messages, but really it's just an indicator. See that? It's not responding. None of that's true. You get sort of these error messages, but then eventually it's fine. So right now it's still saving because I can't move anything. And like I said, this is the only part of the website that can be a little bit protracted when you're saving the site. So you notice it just flashed and pulled everything back up. That's when you know your site has been saved. Okay? And we can test it or look at it by going back to it. And you'll see it's active and visible, meaning that you'll be able to see it from the actual website. It's active and visible on this page. Okay? Well, that's it. I hope that little piece of training excited you about possibly putting some YouTube videos. Our students and community members really love it. So please take a look at the next video.